The other day, when I was making a video, someone said, "Oh, you look grubby. Why don't you have a wash?" Don't they understand what I do for a living? I'm always covered in feckin' dust and dirt. And I have to kind of squeeze my videos in between that I do. It feels to me that some people have got too much time on their hands. And that kind of also makes me think that maybe they should spend that time doing something more productive. Like saving the planet or something, I don't know. Instead of saying, "You look grubby today." Just what the fuck is wrong with people? I don't care. I don't care. I get up in the morning, right? I fall out of bed, especially at the moment because the missus is in England at the minute, you know, while she's visiting the kids. And I fall out of bed, I might have a coffee or two, and then I fall into my workshop. If I don't do that first, I end up making my videos first. But sometimes I have to go in the workshop first to get something prepped up and ready, because it's got to dry or whatever, yeah? And anyway, so I have to do that. And then I get covered in shit. And then I'll go and make a video. I'm not going to have a shower every time I'm making a bloody video. Quite often I do, but not every bloody time. Why do people care about this stuff when there's so much other stuff that's more important? You know, it's just nuts. "Oh, you look stupid. Oh, of course, you're a genius." No, I'm not a genius. You know, just sarcasm, just stupid sarcasm. It just kind of... I'll tell you why I'm bringing this up, right? For me, it informs me what's wrong with the world. What's wrong with... No, not the world. With Western society. Why the fuck do we worry about things that don't matter? Why don't we put our effort into stuff that does? You know, like caring for others, for instance. Caring for our planet, for instance. Why don't we do that instead? You see, all you're doing is, by projecting all this hate, on people like me, you're just making yourself miserable. Have a joke, have a laugh, I get it. I love that, you know. Have a banter about that. Take the piss out of me. I love all that shit. I don't mind, all right? I don't care because I do it to others, all right? And if I can't take it myself, there's a problem. But when people do it with, by being vindictive and just trying to be nasty, they think I'm going to cry. Oh, for Christ, I'm too long in the tooth. I've heard it all before, all right? You see, it doesn't matter to me. I probably will never, ever meet you. I'll probably never see you. And maybe you're just a bot. I don't know. Maybe you're a Russian. I don't know. Maybe from Belarus. I don't know, or China, or somewhere. That you're just trying to make me shut up because he's just trying to hurt my feelings. But now I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about that sort of stuff. That's not the stuff I care about. To be honest, I actually care about you. Everything I do regarding this channel is trying to inform people so they can make their lives better by understanding truth instead of being, well, propagated with hate. And look, there's cows. They're bio ones, they are. Yeah, they rot. Anyway. So yeah, I just don't understand why people put so much effort into that level of hate. They're not getting anything out of it. They're not achieving anything. Not by trying to hate on people like me. And anyone who does get offended by this stuff, you need to rise above it. And quite sometimes I understand it's difficult, because I have this situation sometimes when someone might say something I totally disagree with, or maybe they're being offensive, not necessarily in the chat and stuff like that, but face to face. And I think to myself, well, I leave the conversation. I think, crikey, I should have said this, or I should have said that. You're probably the same thing, you know. I'm not always that quick off the mark. I know I do these videos and stuff, but it's only because I've researched a lot of shit. All right, I make stuff and know stuff. All right, it's just how it is. You know, I'm a woodworker. That's what I am. I make stuff out of wood. I'm just an ordinary geezer that's just trying to get by. You know. I just find it really. What I find difficult and disappointing in a lot of the population, not just in the United States, but in the United Kingdom and absolutely everywhere, right, is this this desire to hurt people, like those who relish in the ICE deportations and how these people have been brutalised. They relish in it, they love it. There's something seriously wrong in their heads where you get joy out of watching people get hurt. How many times have you heard, like in the UK, right? How many times have you heard right-wing commentators say, oh, it's great when their boat's capsized, they shouldn't be coming over here and all that sort of stuff. These are still lives, whether you like it or not, they're lives. They're people's lives. It's all they're people trying to get away from the hell that they've been subjected to in their own countries. And then you get those who say, oh, well, they should have stayed in France and stuff like that. It's all bollocks. It's all bollocks. France actually takes in far more, and Germany, than the United Kingdom anyway. And we've created the problems around the fucking world. Instead of sharing the wealth, we have just taking it away from these people. We keep stealing their resources. I can't remember the name of the geezer, but crikey, whatever his name is. There's one African leader who has turned against the West, and he's basically keeping all the minerals for his country's wealth. And then they're building the electric cars and all sorts of stuff. I admire. I can't remember his name. I get brain fog. I'm sorry. I can't remember his name, but he's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He's looking out for his people. And those people are hated by the West, billionaires and the politicians, because they're taking away the West's ability to make themselves richer, because they're not sharing their raw materials, like the minerals and all that, the rare earth minerals. They're refusing to share them. So obviously they get a lot of pressure. He's had so many, not just death threats, but actually assassination attempts. Them on Donald Trump, right? He has had a lot of assassination attempts, but the people love him. He's making their lives better, and that's what we need to be seeing. We need to be seeing politicians, governments, making people's lives better. That's what we put them there for, to work for you. And yet these people who put them there, because they think they're going to work for them, cheer when they see their neighbours being carted off. How is that making your life any better? It ain't. Look what happened in Korea, in Georgia, with the Korean factory, the Hyundai LG plant for batteries and shit, with those deportees that got, the Korean workers that got scooped up by ice and treated like shit and made to drink water off. I keep saying it, drink water off the fucking floor. They were dehumanised, treated like shit. And you get these fucking right-wing nut jobs, they cheer it. Like, oh, that's good, because they're all stealing our jobs. You ain't got a fucking brain cell in your head. If you can't do those jobs, because your education's shit. You've got these people from South Korea who have a very intense education in South Korea, and we had a young South Korean lad stay here, and this was about, when was this? It's probably 8 years ago now, and he was talking about the education and the fact they have to do some military service and stuff like that, but the education was so intense. And the parents were so they basically the parents lived very mediocre lives to fund the children to better themselves, the view that they will look after them, so to speak. That's kind of how it is in South Korea. But they are devoted to education, learning stuff. That's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to learn shit, That's why you're supposed to go to school, to learn shit, so you can better yourself. But the problem with a lot of these right-wing nut jobs, they don't want to put the work in. And a lot of these right-wing nut jobs aren't even fucking working in the first place. And they say, I ain't got a job because of the immigrants. You ain't got a job, it's because you're thick as shit. Sorry, I'll just say it as I see it. I'm not going to puss around it. Piss around. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to pussyfoot around it. No. Definitely not. Until we wake up, we're never going to change anything. Until we have a government, and you nearly had that. You could have had that with Bernie Sanders in the United States. You could have had something quite special. He's not a lefty, you know, don't you? He's more centre-left, is Bernie Sanders. But he believes free healthcare for all. I've said this a million times. You can't have a working economy without having a healthy people, a healthy society. Are these seps? Oh, they are. We've got some seps. I might be picking them in a minute. Oh, that we have. That looks like dinner. Oh, that looks like a nice one. Are they seps? No, not. Is that a sep? I don't think so. I don't want to risk it. No, they're not fair. Sometimes there's seps in this garden, so you can have a look. You know, I do like foraging. I do. I try not to eat the poisonous ones though. That's usually a good idea. I don't know why that is. But anyways, I think really how we could change things is to try to help these people who clearly they've got screw loose. If they're not incapable of learning through education, a lot of these people learn through their hands. And the same with me. I learn through my hands. I have to see something, I have to feel it. I learn through my experiences. And I can read. Right? Oh look, there's the cows again. Alright? But the thing is, you see, I'm just going to put it out there, alright? It's just, I don't know, it's not really about this video, but I'm just going to put it out there. If we could encourage these people to embrace nature, get involved in nature, get involved in making things, creating something out of nothing. Not think, oh, I've got to go down to the depot and get myself this or that to make it. No, just think, how can I make something with what I have around me, you know? Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'm the cow whisperer. Hello. I just feel like we could do a dance like more. And I'm a bit of a greenie, all right? I love nature, okay? And it's good for the soul. It really is. Now, sometimes this time of year, you see the people, they don't live here. They can come, there's a holiday home, so to speak. And sometimes I find seps, no, they're just apples, on their back lawn. And I don't know if you know those. I don't know if you've had seps before. They're like a spongy mushroom. You know, that's my point. Basically, is that we need to embrace nature. If I ain't got them, I want to know what's happened to all the spores and the mycelium. You know, like the root structure of these seps, because they should have them this time of year. No one else has taken them here. I know that for certain. Because no one will know they're there. It's usually covered in them. Oh, hang on. There's one. I found one. There we go. That's now I'm too late. That's what it is. I'm too late. Might have to wait. I'll put it back down against the spores. Don't take that away. I don't want one that's been half eaten by bugs. You get slugs on them. So anyway, I just thought I'd just share that with you, how my thoughts on that, and it just started with me saying that people have been nasty to me. Then we kind of evolved into a bit of a rant. But you know, that's how it is. Anyway, doggies, before we go, do you want to have a nibble? Do you want some munchies? Yeah, Sebastian. Dora, do you want munchies? Oh, good guys, aren't you? Good, what's in your eye? Yeah, get that out of your eyes. You're covered in muck, you are. In you. Yeah. Let's go. Anyway, thanks for watching my little video. I know it was a bit of a ranty kind of video, but I don't know, I just think, top mid there. You know, how do you feel about it? Do you think we need to maybe put these people into camps and re-educate them into love and nature? Maybe what we've got to do, right? I've got an idea. I've got a plan. I know how we do it. What we do is we build a wall. around Texas or Georgia, one of the red states, build a wall all the way around them, all right? You could repurpose that wall down south if you like. You'd repurpose that one and put it around Georgia. Georgia would be ideal, actually. And then we push them all into there, but we don't give them any money, all right? So they have to either eat each other, and then the strongest survives, or we remove the people from Georgia, and then we make it into a wilderness. So we plant lots of trees, and then put them in there so they can fend for themselves with nature. Yeah, they'll become Amish after that. They'll be going round in carts, they will. Anyway, please give me your thoughts in the comments down below, because I always like to read the comments. I do read them. I can't always respond, you know, but I do actually go through them and read them all. I have to, because sometimes they can be a bit offensive. Not to me necessarily, but to others. So I have to filter what I see. So anyway, it's time for me to go. So I say to you, but please, like I say, beat the like buttons, comment down below, and if you want to support the channel, do it on Patreon or buy us a coffee, and the links are down below. There's also super thanks and stuff like that. And I couldn't do the channel without your help. So if you like the channel, please, help us out with it. I hate asking, you know that? I absolutely hate it. It just feels like, you're just doing it for money. You get those criticisms as well. You're just doing it for money. You freaking hell. I was just doing this channel for money. I'd be one of those people eating the slugs. Yeah. YouTube is a greedy fucking organisation, I'll tell you that for nothing. They take 30%, you know. Greedy bastards. No one else does. You know, when you get the super thanks, not super thanks, the buy me a coffees and Patreon, that's all around 4 or 5%, you know. That's good. That's fine, but not YouTube. No, they take all your fucking money if they could. Anyway, it's time for me to go. I keep saying that, don't I? Toodaloo. Oh dear.